everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Bears going up against the Saints. With kickoff straight ahead, let's check in with the two men who will be calling tonight's game as we say hello to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Saints team as they interplay. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Carry now for Jordan Howard. They find some open field here. Cuts it out to the sideline. And they will finally catch him, but not before he gets it to the 11. A huge play there right off the bat. 67 yards. He was over 100 yards a week ago, and he's well on his way once again.
Say it with me, partner. Encore, encore. This guy's headed towards getting it done one more time.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Again, it's Howard. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets the tone for the offense.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Pass interference, defense.
So pass interference on the defense. Charles, this is a penalty we see all the time.
The offenses know what they're doing. They know how to create great matchups. And defenders, if you're not there in time, they will throw the flag.
First and goal from the 1 as they look to punch it into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. And here now, New Orleans defensive unit.
Stephon Anthony acclimated quite quickly to the NFL. As soon as he joined the team, he became their leading tackler.
Second and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Second down now after the pass completion. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one as a receiver is got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. This is the first carry for Rob Kelly. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And now a peek at the starters on the defensive side. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback that has to slide and find open space to throw.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his third catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. They'll look to throw here on first down. That's caught at the 3. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Willie Snead, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now the try here for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic first down.
This is Howard. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front? Creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility.
Running with Howard. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13.
2 plays in a row, the defense won, stacking up the running game. They've got to feel good about themselves, but something has to be in the back of their minds. Are we being set up for something big? They've got to be careful.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. A good pickup there, a 22. A touchdown apiece here in this first quarter of play. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down.
Here we go.
They go counter with Howard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
To me, that's a superior play by the backer because he was allowed to, I think, run free on it and make that play. His defensive linemen, they covered things down for him because offensive guys, the linemen, what they're trying to do, as you know, is block the guy at the point of attack and then climb to the next level and get the linebacker. And you're not allowed to climb. You got a free hitter, and that's what we saw there. And a really nice play resulted for them.
He'll drop to throw. Going up top. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference, partner with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon, is tough in college. It's a lot harder in the NFL. You can't touch him after 5 yards downfield. You can't touch him while the ball's not in the air. You can't touch him at all until the ball is at the receiver's hands. Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it in the end zone. a big-time drop.
And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, the hit sure looks like a simple route, but I think the issue with it is a lot of time when you're making that play, you're actually working your way back inside towards traffic where the big guys are coming from inside out, whether it's defensive ends or linebackers. And a lot of the time, instead of securing the pass, your eyes might stray towards the middle and wonder where the big hit's going to come from.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Now you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could nowhere to go. Here, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And to give this time to the tailback. They juked him, and the ball is knocked out. And fortunately, he's able to get this one back, so it is a first down.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. And they thought they could exploit this defense with some really quick hitters, quick action. They worked on that in practice. We just saw it there.
And we saw them break it down to the fundamentals as well. Each position group had their own little work on it. You know, they worked on a drill here with the receivers, a drill there with the quarterbacks. Then they brought it all together, and now it's paying off in the game.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out in the pistol. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Love the effort. Love the dramatics. Getting the feet down. How about a little step shuffle along the sideline there, almost like a great ballet dancer or a tap dancer. All for no gain, though?
I was going to say, it's so pretty, and it gets you nothing. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They'll look to throw again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's fourth down. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on fourth down. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. It'll be a gain of 16 and give them a first down as well. And quickly, they get to the line.
Here we go.
On first down, they run with Howard. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Let's go.
They go with Howard again. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a third and about 9 to go. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Howard that time. And now it's fourth down.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
the gun. They'll look to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Three down.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught by Snead over the middle. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's got time. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Fielded at about the 28. And how about this? He takes it all the way back. No time, no flags. A punt return touchdown and a stunning end of the first half.
And they kicked it to him. They kicked it to him. When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach, but it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So a pretty unbelievable end of things there. A punt return touchdown to wrap up an exciting first half. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our... And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Bears defense now back onto the field. They had a pretty solid first half. Not many adjustments, but I guess there's probably always some adjustments that can be made.
Usually it's just tightened down on the things we've worked on all week in practice. Everyone thinks adjustments are bringing in something absolutely new. For the most part, it's tweaks or just emphasizing what you've worked on already. And that's what they're planning to do here in the second half.
They won't be looking to reinvent the wheel. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 23 yards on the play.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Fresh set of downs here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Second down following the run.
We got three, fellas. We got three. Here we go now. 3-19.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. So it'll be first down here after the run.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Hitchens in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. They'll set up to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
And the offense looks to pick up the first here on 3rd after that incompletion. They'll look to throw here. Surveying the field. And that is incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. And he fields it cleanly. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Bears take over. The Saints defense getting ready here, heading back onto the field. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now and hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. A gain of 3, second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Here we go. 190.
This is Howard on second down. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, in that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now back to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They convert on third with a gain of 22. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Here we go. 190.
A give to Howard. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
One receiver to the left is Cooper. On third down. He'll drop to throw. Backing up. Now he'll escape to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Tajay Sharp, the intended target. And now it's second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
3 down. Set. Green, 39. Green.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
I got 15. I got 15.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here from the 38. Oh, shifty.
Whoa.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
How does the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here? And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch left, watch left. Stop right there.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. They'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop him?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
Back to throw now on first down. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So a little jumpy there defensively. Ref caught him in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Hey, hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Got 4 down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
If you're a defender, one of the fun things about playing zone defenses, especially in today's football, is that it's not as static as it was in the good old days, meaning you just drop to a point and reacted to the football. Now you end up with a lot of man-to-man principles once you get into your zone defense. In other words, get to your assignment and then locate a guy coming into your area, and then you end up covering him almost man for man. That allows him to make more plays on the football like the one we just saw there.
They'll look to throw, and he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. They'll look to throw again. Finding time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
Still 9 yards to go on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Chicago. Amari Cooper, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Give him 18 on that one. And the Saints are going to get a 1st down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And the D looking like they may blitz.
All right, here we go.
They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. And they're going to speed things up here. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Holding offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got time. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of a wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. They go with Howard to begin the drive. And it's short. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And the defense searches for 1 more stop here after the run on 2nd down. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Back to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side.
Pass interference. Defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
And he'll go out of bounds down inside the 15-yard line.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. That's complete. It's Gordon. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bears, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll have another road day next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try again next week at home against New England. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From New Orleans, good night, everybody.